And my mother can attest to this. But it's only because I've equated patience with like weakness and hurt and inadequacy. I've always been a bit of a runner, not physically. But from like love and heartbreak and, you know, stuff of that nature. But all that changed the day I met him. 1, I saw you on Twitter. Your brother provided me with excellent customer service, so I went to thank him on social media like all millennials do. And I noticed that someone else was retweeting my praises, and it was you. Initially, I had 2 thoughts. Oh my God, this man is beautiful. And he's so out of my league. But that didn't stop me from browsing around. I'm inquisitive. I clicked in your bio and I noticed you were in a band, so I pressed play. And once I heard your smooth baritone flow over Outkast-esque beats, I told myself, I have to meet him. 2. My friend said I was crazy. You don't know him. You only talk to him on Instagram. He doesn't know you. None of that mattered. The first time I saw you post about your love of Southern summers and PBS shows, I knew you were my man. Just saying. I mean, I felt our spirits connect when you talked about wild berries and 90s nostalgia. Like, I already had our baby names picked out. But something told me, this one, he's special, even if there's something with you. 3, I found out your brother was having a pop-up shop in February. This was in November. There was a new moon right after Thanksgiving, and I sat in my best friend's living room with my pen and my pad, waiting to write my intentions. I sat with that paper and I wrote, I'm gonna meet him in February and he's gonna fall in love with me. With the help of the universe, I folded that paper and I set it to fire and forgot everything else that I wrote on that paper that night. Except that. Except you. 4. I had 6 shots that night. That's 3 more than usual. I filled my Starbucks cup up to the brim with liquid courage, and I prepared myself to meet you. My roommate had bought me a new dress. She braided my hair into this crown, and she painted my lips the plum color of seduction. On the outside, I look like a siren. On the inside, more like a puddle. We walked into the venue, and I greeted everyone, and I looked around, and I realized something was missing. You. My heart sank. I had actually worn pantyhose for this. My grandmother would have been so proud. As I prepared to wipe my lipstick off on the corner of my cup, I heard your name. I turned around and our eyes locked. And I'm pretty sure I died for like 3.5 seconds. You walked up to me and smiled, gap-toothed and lightning bright, opened your arms and embraced me, and I exhaled. That was the day I knew that past lives were real, because I had felt your arms before and I'm sure about it. It's also the day I knew what it felt like to touch real gold. 5, your best friend performed at a show and I didn't expect to see you there. I ended up spending $60 at the bar that night and having to ask my mom for light bill money, but every drink made you open up more. And when you came to me at the end of the night and asked to put your number in my phone, I was pretty sure I would have spent my rent money.
Yes, rent money.
6. A mutual friend of ours had a fundraiser on your birthday, so you came down to support. I had on a little gold dress that made me look like a glass of champagne, and my hair was big and wild to hide my insecurities about how much skin I was showing. You walked in the venue looking like heaven in worn blue jeans, and when I asked you what you guys were doing later, you replied, "Coming with you." We stood outside of the venue for about an hour after it wrapped up and, surrounded by our friends, but honestly, I don't remember who was there. All I remember was that the weather said it was 40 degrees outside, and you decided that you were going to encase me in your jacket sleeves, and the warmth of your touch was enough to spark a heat wave. I didn't know what to do. I stood there dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say, and I didn't know how to feel, so I just went with my gut. I put my face in the crevice of your neck and inhaled. You smelled like parenthood and mortgages and chasing like 50-year anniversaries and Sunday dinners at your mom's. Like, I was in there. Ago, I woke up with your head on my hip in my best friend's living room. During the middle of the night, I remember you pulling my leg closer to your chest, and I distinctively remember being startled but not jumping because I didn't want to scare you. You drifted back off into sleep, and I stared at your face in amazement. 2 years ago, I manifested you in my best friend's living room. 1 year ago, I felt your touch for the first time. I'm not ashamed to say that I've worked this hard to get here with you, and I still don't have you. But for once, waiting doesn't make me feel inadequate. Waiting doesn't make me feel bad or hurtful or like I'm dumb or wasting my time, because waiting for you feels right. And I'm okay with that.